Hello. My title is Two-Face, the impact of jealousy on interpersonal relationships. Dark side topics, obviously, jealousy. I want to be able to inform the audience that negative repercussions will follow the constant exposure of jealousy. By the end of my speech, my audience will be well informed of the impact of jealousy, the consequences that follow constant exposure, along with actionable steps that will be able to tackle the scenarios that involve this side of communication. So, I have a question for everybody watching. Have you ever experienced a scenario of whether someone has felt jealous towards you or maybe the other way around? It's much more common than one may anticipate. A staggering 82% of Americans have admitted to feeling jealous throughout the course of their relationships. This is a significant statistic that emphasizes that impressions are open for interpretation if you're not transparent with another person. So there's exactly 120 people in our communications class, and if you relate back to the previous statistic that I had, about 98 of us will feel jealous throughout the course of the relationship. You may be part of that 98, and I asked, did you interpret the impression of jealousy when it impacted you, and what did you do to be able to combat it? Keep that question running through your head. And if I guarantee you, if you stick around for the next, it's about 3 minutes and a half, you'll be able to strategically resolve jealousy through practical problems. You'll be able to resolve jealousy through practical solutions. And if I don't, then I encourage you to talk trash about me in the peer review. Sound good? Perfect. So, a little bit of credibility about myself. I ended up going to a summer camp where there was like academic research, and that got me through a very, very rigorous process to make a little mini dissertation. Introduction to preparatory of research, that's all. So, and I guarantee that I will use trustworthy resources and then give them to the credit to those that created them. So my thesis, it's jealousy derives from either an insecure individual or a lack of trust in a relationship, and it can progressively deteriorate the quality of an interpersonal relationship. So jealousy is derived from within and is typically active when a threat is imposed from a third party in a valued relationship. It's an umbrella term that encapsulates a series of emotions such as humiliation or fear. It doesn't discriminate in terms of who it affects, but does impact some more than others. Although it is thought to be a term that's brought to be in a romantic context, it can affect siblings, parents, coworkers, and countless other relationship models. So studies have identified the root cause of jealousy in relationships include low self-esteem, higher neuroticism, feeling possessive of others, and sometimes even the fear of abandonment. Individuals that possess these traits are more prone to feel jealous towards another party. These key motivators are indicators that should warn those that may be victims of jealousy, and more negative signs may be evident. So, social media is a root cause of jealousy as it can spark new emotions and reignite suppressed ones. A quick example of it is when your significant other may be looking at your old posts with your ex or something of the sort. What it could do is viewing those previous romantic relationships could ignite feelings of negative emotions, right? And then it could be taken out of context, but to reevaluate that situation, you should put yourself in the present moment. Remember that you're in the present, you're in a relationship with somebody else if you're in that scenario, and that you should let go of the past. So the term jealousy may be viewed in a negative context 9 times out of 10, but studies have indicated that just a little bit of jealousy could translate to a sign of affection for the significant other, but if taken to an extreme, it could definitely lead to an unfulfilling relationship. So you may ask, how do I resolve this? Absolutely. So jealousy has the ability to fuel a downward spiral on essential relationships within our lives. Thankfully, there's a series of ways to combat it. A couple of those are practicing mindfulness and talking to others that are part of your support system. It's incredibly beneficial to do that. One of the key factors is making an active effort to tell the other party to think in the present rather than keeping their mind in the past, going back to the fact of looking at the social media post of someone else's ex, right? So as cliche it might sound, allowing your words to speak for you rather than implied mannerisms could make or break what you have established with another person. So don't leave anything for interpretation. Use your words effectively and be transparent with the other individual. And then understanding what jealousy truly is can make a substantial difference in the status of the relationship if applied with active effort. So we talk about jealousy because it's an umbrella term. It merges multiple emotions and our ability to be able to regulate them. It is disregarded because of its innocence compared to some other traits that like shadow over it, and it's a silent killer of relationships if not taken with severity. Relationships don't typically become resilient unless conflict arises, and then several negative traits from either party can contribute to it. Traits such as secrets, gossip, lying, and then they could slowly deteriorate a relationship, but jealousy could make it worse if not addressed at the right time. So if resolved with active effort, jealousy could be like a leaf blowing in a breeze, here in one, but gone in the next. Now, if you're not fully satisfied with my solutions, like I said in the beginning, please feel free to roast me in the peer review, because I'll definitely be taking a look at that. But I hope this was educational. Thank you. Take care. Hope you learned a lot.